Okay, let me get YouTube going. Okay. Oh, there we go. Hi. Hello. All right. Save. Let me click on over here. We'll go live on Instagram. Hi, love of Grace. I'm not turning on that harsh light, but this camera is not that great. Hello, everybody popping in. We got a busy day today, guys. I'm so excited. We have a busy day today on Vamp. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, hello. Come on over to Vamp if you're watching over there because you can't see all the chat. Like Lori just said good morning. Shop Lightning Bugs Rachel said good morning. Willie. Let's take a moment to thank Mr. Willie in the house, because he opened up his big mouth and challenged us, and we took the challenge. Willie. So now guess what? Good morning, Deb. Good morning, Caitlin. Hi, Angie. Hi, John. Not Joan Crawford, but John Crawford. So now Willie is preparing because Willie is going to have a sale with me. What did you miss? Well, Bug, we put out a challenge. What day was that? Sunday or Monday? I don't remember what day it was, but we put out a challenge because Willie said that because I wanted to get at least 10 sellers to have a sale on Tuesday. And Willie said that he was going to stir it, but we were like, we really don't want that. Hi, Terry. We really don't want that. I mean, maybe some people do, but, so I said, you know what? What I'm going to do is for every seller that has a live sale on the Vamp Party Day, I am going to do a duo sale. It's going to be on the 27th of July. 27th of July. I don't know what time it's going to start yet. It's okay, Buck. I hope that you're feeling better now. Now it's not too late. If you're a Vamp seller and you're watching this, you could still jump on and have a sale tonight if you want to do this, or today. The first one's we're going to raid into a sale. I'm going to raid into, Caitlin's having a sale at 11, but we're going to raid into Freddie's Finds. She's only had a couple sales here on Vamp, but there are 2 sales going on at one time. That's a good thing because people will go from sale to sale. If you're showing something that they're like, no, I don't really like that. They can jump in on the other sale. So if there are more sales than one going on at the time, it's actually a good thing for all the sellers, as a whole. So, there are 2 sales that are going to start at 11, which is Rachel. No, not Rachel's having a sale today. But Caitlin, Emerald City is at 11, and so is Freddie Finds is also at 11. So I thought I would just pop in. I did schedule a mornings with Misty for tomorrow. And for that, we're going to go through, this is tomorrow, we're going to go through a dad's treasure box. We'll do that tomorrow. And then on Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern, we're going to do a live shop along. Hi, Amber. A live shop along at Star City Thrift, which is just a couple doors down from me. But you know what? I'm only going to be on Vamp. If you're watching on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, hello, Stellar Treasure, then you can't watch it. I'm not even streaming it. You won't even be able to see it at all. You have to come over to Vamp. Actually, I might stream it on Facebook just because I'm trying to help Star City get more of a reach on Facebook. So I might stream it on Facebook, maybe my own personal Facebook. So anyway, I'm talking out loud, or I'm thinking out loud. So that is going to be Thursday. But tomorrow, starting at 4 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing, it's the premiere episode of The Vamp Table. So come and sit with us tomorrow afternoon, 4 p.m. And I'm going to be interviewing Stellar Treasure. We're just going to be finding out how she got started in her vintage reselling journey, things that maybe she's learned along the way, things that she wants to do or has plans to do, things that she won't ever do again. And then she's going to bring three, this is how bad I am at math. I can't even count on my fingers. 3 things that kind of best represent the things that, like, when you find something out when you're shopping, you're like, you have a little bit of an attack, and you maybe scream a little bit because you're like, that's it, that's what I want, that. We're going to talk about that, and she's going to bring kind of 3 things that kind of represent what she loves to find, or things that kind of explain her for a little bit. Did I say 4? It's a 4, right? Oh, no, you're just saying 3. I have it on my calendar. Look at this is like Scribble Scrabble. This is my month of July. And not everything's even on there. Most things are, but man, I have to have that with me at all times. Is it? My gosh, Misty, I have it written down at 4. I played around with 3 different, it is, no, that's that one. It's at 4. It's at 4 p.m. I know. I have stickers, Bug. I have stickers. Good morning, Dawn. But they don't ever get added. I wish I had a thing of whiteout that I could wear around my neck, because it drives me nuts when I scribble things out and I try to write things in pencil. Anyway, we don't need to go into the dealings of what's inside Misty's head, because you got to turn a couple lights on. Oh, okay. 3 items. 3 items. Yes, 3 items. So that's going to be tomorrow, and that will be streamed on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, but you won't be able to buy her 3 items unless you're watching on Vamp. So come over to Vamp. It is free. I say this all the time, but if you're watching on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and you're like, well, I'd like to go over to Vamp, but I have an Android. Well, that's okay. You don't need, you can go, Richard Lee. Richard, I meant to text you to tell you that I'm coming to shop and go live Thursday at 2. I know that I don't know if you'll be there. I know Lynn will be there. Anyway, we can have this discussion later. What else was I going to say? Oh, you can watch on Android. Hi, Freddie. You can watch on, all you have to do is go into your Google. I have an Android phone. You go into Google and you type in virtualantiquemarketplace.com. And that's all you need to do. And you don't have to download an app. And we do accept PayPal payments. So you can pay with your PayPal. I know that was a lot of people like, well, I only want to pay with PayPal. Well, you can pay with PayPal. So come over to virtualantiquemarketplace.com. It's completely free. He showed me a couple of the things that he's gonna bring to the sale. The 27th, I haven't nailed down with Willie if he wants to do that on the 27th, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go live with everybody that's having I'm going to do a duo with everyone that's having a sale today. And I put in the live seller chat room, so make sure that you're checking that. I did tag everybody that's participating. I'm going to be making a sign up sheet where you can pick the time. They're going to be half-hour increments. Prepare 10 items. I'm not going to be selling anything. This is just solely to spotlight you, to get you more followers here on Vamp, to maybe get you, if you want to grow your YouTube, get you more subscribers. So we're just going to solely focus on you as a seller. Well, why aren't you coming to Indiana, Willie? You should have came. Then you could have been here. Then we could have just done the live together. And you would have been here for the meetup, and you would have been here for the grand reopening of Southern Roots. Oh, well, yeah, Willie is a caregiver for his daddy. You call him Poppy? Well, good. I'm glad that you're taking a little bit of time off. I know, Emmeline. Just come. Just get in your car and come, Emmeline. You know what? Is Georgia. Maybe you could meet up with Rachel in Mississippi, and then two of you could come together. Look at me, I'm just making play. I know. She's saving for Germany. Well, she bought something from me yesterday, and I scolded her for it. Oh, okay. Also, Willie wanted me to make something abundantly clear. Hey, Brooke. He wants people to buy, and I think that is what, like, a seller wants someone to buy something from them in a live sale because they really want that item. Willie said, I don't want people to buy from me just because it's a pity buy, or he wants you to buy things if you really want those things. So Willie has really good stuff. And I think that when you're and any person that sells live can attest to this. I'm serious when I say that that's something that goes through our minds every single time we have a sale. Is anybody going to want this stuff? I still to this day walk when I'm pulling things from the live sale. I'm just like, ain't nobody going to want this stuff. It's just that self-doubt that we have. So no matter, and I've been live selling for over 5 years. So, I mean, it's just something that it's just something that we mentally do to ourselves. It's that self-sabotage that we'll end up doing to ourselves sometime. No, Willie has bought many things from me, but he hasn't bought anything in a while. Yeah, it sometimes does me too. Like today, I'm having a buyer's choice sale. And it's kind of fun. That's why I really like doing a buyer's choice, because it makes it fun for me to see what people pick. And next week, I'm going to do salt and pepper shakers. It's going to be buyer's choice salt and pepper shakers next Tuesday for me. So the starting bids are going to be, I normally start everything at $12, but like for the Christmas in July starts Saturday. It has snuck right on up. There is still time if you are a Vamp seller and you want to get in on the Christmas and July sale. Go ahead and get signed up. You might have noticed if you popped into my catalog, I am starting things a little bit higher because I'm doing a buyer's choice Christmas, and I got some pretty good stuff that's going to be for buyer's choice for that, some smalls. So that's going to start on Saturday, Christmas in July. Not parade. We don't do parades here on Vamp. We don't do raid trains. We call them party days. And I want the sellers to not have a timetable. If they want to sell for 3 hours, they can. If they want to sell for a half an hour, that's fine too. I just hate that sometimes it takes a little while for you to start getting into your groove. And I don't want you to be timed on that. I don't want you to be getting into, hi Nikki, I don't want you to be getting into your groove and then you have to go because your time is up. So that's why I like that. I like doing a party day. There might be multiple sales going on at once, but like I said, that's okay. And it's okay for you guys to kind of, that's what these morning chats, you guys can come into the, hi, Dusty Moose is on the loose. Hi, Smiley. I know, I love buyer's choice too. I like going to those sales. I like attending those sales. It does take a while sometimes for you to, if you do them multiple times, it will take a while sometimes for people to kind of catch on and be like, oh, okay. But I've been doing buyer's choice on Tuesdays for at least 2-3 years now. And, it takes a while for people to get the hang of it. So if you've got a lot of smalls, it's a really fun thing to do, and it really makes you want to go buy more smalls because they're easy to ship, and everyone likes little tiny treasures. Oh, thanks. Well, I had my hair braided yesterday, so it was kind of wavy, and so I just took the wave iron to it just to make it not look as bad. Nikki Moss are throw me in. Yeah, it's the three amigos: Nikki, Willie, and Dusty. Nikki, we just need to put a Y at the end of your name, so you can all have Y's. Willie. I'm really excited too on the 25th. If you are able to come to Bedford, I'm having a meetup. We're going to meet up at Daily Sip, and then we're going to go over to Apron Strings for breakfast, brunch, let's say, because it's at 10. And then, we're going to meet at Daily Sip because it's just easier to find. Then we're going to go to breakfast, and then we're going to go back to Daily Sip so we have our fuel to get going. Because I don't know if I think I'm going to go in. I'm going to talk to Apron Strings. I'm going to go in for breakfast probably maybe Saturday. I'm going to ask them. Good morning, Linda. Yay! Willie, Brooke is going with us. And Rachel's coming all the way from Mississippi. That's going to be great. So we're going to go to the antique shops here in Bedford. There is Southern Roots, which is where my antique booth is. And if you're going shopping with me, I may just be giving you things from my booth. Do you like that? You can have it. You like that? Take it home. I know Apron Strings is so good. Stuffed French toast, the peanut butter stuffed French toast, and the hash brown casserole. It's so good. And then we'll go to Riverside. We'll go to White River. There's a flea market, like an inside flea market over there. We're going to go to Washboard Antiques. We're going to go into Mitchell and go to It's About Time. Richard, you and Lynn. It's on a Friday. You could come at least for breakfast and Daily Sip before you open the shop. Yeah, Bloomington Sonic is closed. Hi, Maria. I hope that you're doing good. It's raining in Sweden. It's raining. It's going to rain all week here, Maria. It's going to rain all week here. That's awesome. Yeah, we all know what my deal is with my band and stuff like that. Funny thing is that I have so much scar tissue around my stomach that I still have the restrictions, so I still eat very little. I don't know how long that will last, but I still can't eat a whole lot. What else was I going to say? I sometimes think, I'm going to do our affirmation. I sometimes think I need a great little notes. Yeah, all week, Maria. Oh, thanks. I did. I had the band put in like 15, 16 years ago. And I've lost like 85, 90 pounds, and I've kept it off. But, if you know, you know what I mean? And I tried the weight loss shots, and they made me incredibly sick. Like I had to go to the ER. It was bad. It was like nauseous all the time. So in fact, I did it when I went to a flea market, and I was in the bathroom puking the whole time. It was horrible. So I can't, those don't work for me. They don't work for me. They work for Mark. Mark's lost a lot of weight. I keep telling him, no more. I don't like a rail thin man. I like a man with some meat on his bones. But yeah, he's feeling really good, and that's the most important part. He's doing it for himself, not for anybody else. All right, so today is July 15th, and it says, I can give to others without expecting anything in return. The healthy relationships I have with myself, my friends, my family, and others will be based on transformative love rather than transactional love. That's a good one, because sometimes people, I have found, hey, Karen, I have found that people will use you. You get used. And then when they don't need you anymore, you're gone. So sometimes you have to be really careful in life. And that's just not if you're, on YouTube or whatever. I mean, that's just in life in general. Sometimes people will, they're in your life for a season. That's what I used to always tell my kids. Like when kids are in junior high and they have like fights with their friends, and then, it's all that drama. And I say, there are people that are in your life sometimes for a season. And, and that's okay. It's okay. But you learn sometimes things that happen are a blessing. Let's just say that. You know what I mean? We'll say that. Things can happen and people are in and out of your life, and sometimes that's a blessing. That doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt. But what is that saying? You grow through what you go through. Sometimes, not everybody. And not that doesn't happen to me all the time either. I still make a lot of mistakes. Especially when you can become friends with someone, and I make friends very easily, because I'm like, you're my friend. You're my friend now. Friends come and go, not always for a bad reason. Part of growing, it's really beautiful when you look back on it. Yeah, most of the time. People come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. I love that. I've got soul. That is really, really true. And sometimes you meet, and that's the wonderful, I'm lucky to find you. Richard Lee, that's what I'm going to call you forever now. Audrey Lee, remember our buddy Audrey? I don't know if she's here. Richard, are you going to come to Germany? I got 4 spots open. I want to talk about that. You want to talk about Germany? I got 4 spots open. You can come to Germany with us. And we are going to be doing, we've got enough, a lot of the itinerary is of the evening time because of the Christmas markets. So we're going to have a lot of time to be able to go thrifting and antiquing, and both in Germany and in the Czech Republic. I'm looking at, I hate to really talk about another trip when I'm still trying to get people to come to this one. But I wanted to do Greece in May, but the itineraries, the trips are more, there's not a lot of them in May. So Greece might be mid to late summer. Yeah, Italy, I still do want to do Italy. That one's still, I'm hoping to do that one. I also want to do Scotland. I'd like to do that too. You can watch progression. Well, I had an Italy trip planned for this year, but then I ended up canceling it because it was supposed to be some crazy pilgrimage to Italy. And even Trova was like, it's going to be kind of different. Hi, Kim. So Italy is one place that I wanted to do. And the itinerary that I was looking at was going to Pompeii. That has been a dream of mine, to go to Pompeii. I'd also like to go to Japan. I don't know what I will eat rice the entire time I'm there. I would say the trip to Ireland was so memorable and truly, I recommend others participate. We met fine people and had a blast. Wasn't it great? It was amazing. And, I've talked, Laura Caldwell does a lot of these trips too. And she and I have talked about it. And I asked her what was her favorite trip. And it was her first one. That was it. So if you went with me to Ireland, you will forever be ingrained in my brain for the best trip ever. But we're going to make Germany even better. We're going to make Germany even better. Okay, what time is it? Because Freddie, we're going to raid into your sale, just so you know. I'm holding out for Scandinavian. Yeah, I'm limited on the trips that I can do. It just depends on the ones that are being offered. So, there are beautiful trips that I would like to, but there are some places that I just don't feel comfortable going to right now. So some of the places that I've seen look pretty. I'm also looking. There's one in Brazil that looks incredible. It's like you stay on a wildlife preserve. That would be pretty amazing. Yeah. I'm kind of like, they have the itineraries all set and then I just go in and pick. I know. They don't have an England one right now though, Richard. There's a Scotland one and I could probably do that one and I can request to have Ruth. Our guide in Ireland was incredible. She was incredible. And again, it's like you're traveling with your own concierge. So if you have a question about anything, they know and they will find it. If you need an Uber to go somewhere, they will help arrange that. If you needed, I'm going to go on here. If you needed, I don't know, they're trained in medical things and they speak the language. Although, we went to Ireland and they speak English, but sometimes like Mark and I, because you do get some time on your own too. So you don't have to stay with a group the entire time unless you want to. But hey, Angie, I'm glad you're here. Welcome. Everybody say hi to Angie. She finally joined Vamp. Welcome to the community. It's really fun here. And you joined on the best day though too, Angie, because there are sales all day long up until 8 o'clock tonight. So I can't remember what I was going to say. Anyway, did you know that Frau Emmeline? Yeah, we do. We know. I don't know if anybody knows that Emmeline Darlene is going to Germany. She's having a sale tonight at 7. So it's going to be a fun night. I got to do my shipping today. So I will be trying to boost. I'm at least going to boost all of the sales onto Facebook. It's just going to be impossible for me to boost the sales on YouTube, but I might. So I don't know, but I'm definitely going to boost them to Vamp's Facebook. But if you are interested if you are a current Vamp seller right now, I'm having a meeting next week, the 23rd at 7 p.m. and we're going to talk about multicasting. That is key. So if you have Instagram, can you tell me a quick step on how I get the codes to connect to Instagram? Yes. So what you're going to need to do, Caitlin, is, and this is just for everybody. So if you have an Instagram, it needs to be a business account. So make sure that you are a business account. And you will need to, and that's just a quick, easy switch if you aren't already. But you have to do that on Instagram, obviously. But no, not Android yet, Kim. Soon, I promise. Trust me, because I want to use my phone when the camera's better than this iPad. If you are an Android or if you're an Apple user, open up your send yourself open up your email and send an email to yourself. That's what I usually do first. No. I have access to all the music. I know that sometimes it can, like, you cannot get access to like music to share on your reels. It doesn't do that to me at all. And then you're going to go into Instagram. I do it on my, well, see, I'm live right now. I'm going to unplug this. I'm live on Instagram right there. There's a little bit of a lag on Instagram, but Caitlin, are you going to be using you're going to be using your laptop to do this? This is what I recommend. So you open up your email. Well, I don't have mine open. Send yourself an email, and then, I mean, get it ready to send to yourself, but don't do anything yet. And then on your desktop, when you're in your when you open up Instagram, there's a little thing right here that says create right there. You're going to tap that, click that, and then it'll ask you for a title. Type in your title, and then you're going to choose public, sort of like when you go live on Instagram. It's kind of the same thing. And then it's going to give you 2 codes. So you have your email open, right? You're going to copy the top code, put it in your email, then copy the bottom code, put that in your email and send it to yourself. And then you open up your live. It'll say start live, but you're not necessarily starting it until you hit go live. And then you toggle over Instagram, and then you copy the first code that you emailed yourself, put that in the top, and then you're going to copy the second code. The second code is longer. Put that on the bottom, and then it'll connect it. Does that make sense? Okay. Hi, Jay. All right. I'll pop into your live and see if you have any problems with it. But I highly recommend, it's easy for Facebook and YouTube because you just have to turn on a toggle. You have to link your account, and you can do that if you go into the help. When you're in your seller dashboard, go over by where your icon is, click the help button, and you'll be able to see there is a section on how to connect your Facebook, how to connect your YouTube, how to connect your Instagram, with like step-by-step directions on how to do that. But you just have to toggle over. So that's easy. But most everybody probably has a Facebook and an Instagram. I can't remember how many, Caitlin or Leah, how many, do you have to have a certain amount of followers on Instagram and able to go live? 50. Well, most of you probably have at least 50. But it's just, now you have to, you have to remember that you need to remind your viewers, if they're watching on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, that they need to come over to Vamp if you're running things as an auction. You can do quick claims, like things that you have in your buy it now. Everything has a claim number. So all they would have to do if they're watching on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook is just type in claim and then whatever number that is. And they can claim items on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook then. But if you're running things as an auction, you need to can't have them come over to Vamp. Maybe that's why I can't multicast to Facebook. I just created a business Facebook because I didn't want to multicast on my I would. Why not? If you think that more people are going to see you, it's definitely for you though. But think about it. You live in Canada. The people that are on your personal Facebook probably live in Canada, the majority of them. And I mean, I would at least try it. It might at least get you people that are in your circle to follow. I mean, I have tried to do that too, Leah. But then I see people that I recognize in the lives that send me a friend request, and I'm like, yeah, But I've also had people that have followed me on Facebook, and then they have something to say about things that I post on my personal Facebook, and I'm like, you don't then no. So I understand the reasons why. It's not the family and friends to me. It's people that aren't that you know in real life. I keep my business and personal things separate too. They cross over a little bit, but yeah. Well, then what you should do then on when you do go live, even just go live on your Facebook, then encourage people to follow you on Facebook. And that will help your Facebook reach. So I don't know, maybe give it a try once just so people will be like, what's Leah doing? And then and then you can take the live down. You don't have to leave it up. But maybe it might get people to be like, oh, look what Leah's doing. I want to check this out. I want to see, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it could be a good thing. I'm not saying that you have to do it all the time. But I will, a lot of times I have posted, when I go live on YouTube, I will put it on my personal page. Well, you know, you have my business and personal instance. I do. Yeah, it would enhance your following a little bit, but I'm not saying that. I mean, if for your own mental health, if you need to keep it separate, then keep it separate. Because I completely trust me when I say I completely understand. Sometimes people have a lot of opinions on things that they disagree with you about anything. They will let you know. And they will criticize. So I get it. Trust me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. And sometimes you just have to say no. And especially if they're buying, that's the beauty of kind of selling on Vamp, is that they can't pick it up. You have to ship it to them. In order for you to get paid, you need that tracking number. So that's your like, well, no, I can't. I have to ship it to you. They are working on some things where maybe it could be a local pickup, but I prefer to ship the things. Oh, trust me, Dusty. I know. And when you are, when you post things on YouTube, especially vlogs, there's a lot of people that want to say a lot of things about your life. And it's always people that don't have they have like a name, like you can't, they live in anonymity. And it's like, why don't you let me see what your social media looks like and let me comment on some of the things that I see. I've been told that I'm an insult to women. Sometimes you just have to know that that's not coming from a you place, that's coming from a them place. The them place is some insecurities within them. So you have to separate that. I know who I am and I like who I am, and I know that when I lay my head on my pillow at night, I've done everything that I possibly can to be a kind person. I try to live with thumpers saying, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. We all fail. Every single one of us has yeah, right. I know. Every single one of us inside we all have little bits of jealousy or insecurity, or we all have moments where we kind of let our own self-doubt kind of shine through. That's just part of being human. We all make mistakes daily. I make mistakes 5,000 times a day. So you can't beat yourself up. And I've always said the moment I stop having fun with it, I'll quit. Now, there has been some times the beginning of the year, I was in a really, really dark emotional state. I can mask things really, really well. but I was in a bad mental state, but being on medicine and hormone replacement has been, and I know that that's the other thing. People are like, hormone replacements are bad. I know that there are risks, but there are also risks for wanting to murder people, you know? So do I want to murder someone and go to prison? Or do I want to have the slight 1% risk, 2% risk being on hormone replacement therapy? Yeah. People are they're rude. They're rude. That's just all there is to it. They're rude. I don't acknowledge that. I just will. Sometimes when someone leaves a snarky comment like that, you want to respond back. And I've been so tempted, and I have before. But the best thing to do when it comes to situations like that is just completely block them, so they don't have if you're going to be rude, you're not going to be rude to me. You wouldn't walk into somebody else's house and say the things that are said. You wouldn't these people won't look somebody in the eye. They get, they're keyboard warriors, and they feel like they're empowered and emboldened to be mean. My favorite comment I ever saw on one of your videos was when some broad called a word that starts with a W and ends with, yeah. It's wild. It is wild sometimes. Tacky folks can just go home. Well, you just have to let it blow off of you sometimes. And sometimes it's hard to do. Sometimes that is really hard to do, but you just have to. And again, it's not coming from a you, it's coming from a them. It's a them problem, not a you problem. But you know what? You don't have to put up with it, and they can just be gone. You can kick them out of your house. You can kick them off of your channel. It's as easy as that. Bless their heart. Okay, I want to talk about the sales that are going on today. Now, we have a lot of live sales that are going on, which is great for Vamp as a whole. It's great for all of the sellers. I don't want this to sound as bad as some people may take it. And that is that, having live sales is the heartbeat of our marketplace, because it does get people to come in, and they'll go in and they'll browse around and they'll look at other things that are on the marketplace. So if you are, and Rachel can tell you this, and I know that tomorrow during our interview, this will be talked about as well. But I know that it seems scary to go live. And again, maybe you go live and you sold nothing, or you sold 2 things, but you have to ask yourself, what did I do to advertise my sale? Did I post it on social media? Did I talk about it on, if you have a YouTube or if you have an Instagram, you have to promote your sale. We're doing everything that we can to promote your sale, but you have to do that too. You need to make sure that people know that you are having a sale and that they need to come to your sale. And so I beat myself up constantly when I see that, and it hurts my heart. But then I have to always ask myself, well, what did that seller do to help promote their sales? So you have to do that. And it's a nice thing to have multiple sales, because you'll get rated. And so the people that were at, hey Delane, the people that were at your sale can get into the next person's sale. And then, sometimes you're like, okay, well, 30 people came in and rated this other person's sale, and then 10 minutes into the sale, there are 10 people there. So you have to ask yourself, why did the people leave? And you kind of have to self-reflect. It's a good idea to go back and look at one of your the live sale that you've done, to kind of give yourself a little bit of a critique, if you will, and see what did my back. And we're going to talk about this in the meeting next week, and it's a private meeting just for Vamp sellers, and I will be putting the Zoom link in the all sellers chat. So if you're a seller, no matter if you are going live or not, you can still come. Hi, Jilly. What did my background look like? Can people, see? Am I engaging with my audience? There are a lot of things that can help keep somebody there. And it is, if you're hard to listen to, then someone might leave. So you have to ask yourself, what can I do to keep people here? Maybe do like a question and answer kind of thing. It doesn't have to be, boom, I started my live. Okay, this. Okay, that. Okay, that. Okay. Sour Patch Kids. Okay. So there's definitely a fine balance between doing an introduction and getting people to want to stay, and people are coming to watch. If you're having a sale, if you're having a live sale, people are wanting to watch the live sale, and at 40 minutes in, you haven't sold anything yet. So if that's the case, then don't advertise it as a live sale. Have a live chat, have an unboxing. Did you go to garage sales over the weekend? Unwrap your packages that you've gotten, unbag your packages that you've gotten, and show people what you've got. It can be as simple as that. It doesn't always have to be transactional. Go live and show your personal collection. Have a little get to know me chat. Obviously, put things in your buy it now, and you can sell. If you are an iPhone, Apple user, if someone sees something that they're interested in, like tomorrow morning, we're going to go through this box. And I kind of showed this yesterday. So this food dog, which I need to set aside and do some research on. If someone says, "Ooh, Misty, I really want that. Can you run that?" Then I can run it and I can sell it as I'm doing my haul. I'll show one more thing as a teaser. There's some little clocks in here, Karen. I think I already showed a few of these things. A little compact clock. So, it doesn't pull out a bin. LaDonna had a great live. What time is it? Okay, we've got 10 minutes left. Yes. See, Laura? I know Laura will do like a late night. So if everyone's gone to bed and you're like me, I'm not ready to go to bed yet sometimes. I've been taking Benadryl at night because I want to itch all of my skin off. I don't know if it's a menopause thing. I don't know if it's my surgery thing, because I'm still kind of red and a little hivey on my stomach. But so I've been out. When I take the Benadryl, I am out. I guess Maybelle was barking real crazy one night. And Mark was like, "Did you hear her barking?" And I was like, "No, I did not." Anyway, it could be, you could go live. If you're like, "I'm a little lonely today, I'm going to hang out with some people." That's not to say that there's going to be 15 people there. There might be 3 people there, but those are 3 people that are up late that just want someone to talk to, and you can do that. We're on the same way. Oh, I thought you were talking. Are you itchy? Laura, do you have your bra on? I got to ask you that every time when you pop up. Okay, that's good to know, because I want to itch all of my skin. Forever. I will be a skeleton. You should see my back. I'm just like, Mark is like, "Do you have fleas?" And I'm like, "No, I can't stop itching my body. It's driving me crazy." And once you start itching, that makes it worse. Okay. I have done 3 lives with Misty, and my second ever, I got this long tirade about someone on Instagram calling me a clout chaser. STFU is what I would say, because that's bullcrap. I am not that big of a deal. I saw that Christine says the number one important thing is to enjoy yourself, as it's obvious when you aren't. I agree with that. Just chat to people like they're your friend. I've had shows where nothing sells, but it just happens. Next time you might sell 10 items. And the thing of it is, though, with that too, Christine, is every time you go live, you might gain followers too. And when you have a follower, then they're going to get notified every time you go live. They'll get notified when you list new items. So it's just a way, every time you go live, you start to get a little bit more comfortable on camera, and you're gaining something from it every time. So I like that. Let's see. It's loads of fun when you go late at night. Yeah. If I wasn't taking Benadryl, Laura, I don't know that anybody wants to be around. Well, I'm asleep. Question from Beth. On Vamp, if something doesn't sell, does it automatically go to static listing? No, it doesn't automatically go into a static listing. Now, if you're doing things on the fly, you could take a decent, but it's only going to take one picture. So after the sale is over, if it's something that if you're doing a regular auction and you've loaded your catalog and you've got your description and you've got your pictures and you've got your title, then it'll go into unsold. And then all you have to do is go into that. Now, if you've tried to sell it as an auction, that's also the little kind of fine dance there, is what your starting price should be. Your starting price, if you're having an auction, should be lower than what it would sell for, but you still need to make money off it. So depending on what you have bought that item for, that's going to make a difference as to what your starting price will be. So in auctions, you're going to start your prices a little bit lower because people will put in bids. But then you have to make sure that you go in and you change the starting price. So you kind of have to fine tune it a little bit. But all you have to do is go in there, make sure everything is set up the way that you want it, and then toggle over that. Well, there's a drop down box and you'll change it to, I can't remember what it's called. Like it's a static listing, basically. It's really, really easy to do. And I do that immediately. Immediately after my sale is over, I will go in and I will do that, because someone might be watching it later on. And if it didn't sell, then they'll go in. And that has happened a lot of times. They'll go in and they, because people do watch your lives on Vamp, even if you're not live anymore. They do. So it might even be a good idea for you to say, if the things that didn't sell today, they are available in my Buy It Now. So make sure that you go and check those out. Make sure that you hit the heart. That will give me a notification that you liked an item, and I might send you an offer. I like to say that a lot because I think a lot of people forget about that. That's kind of the beauty about it too, is that you always have a second chance to sell that item. And if someone likes the item, you'll get notified that somebody has liked your item, and then you can send them an offer if you want. So if you don't have offers turned on when you're creating your listing, I don't understand. Do you want to sell it? Do you want to have it forever? Half the battle is just getting something listed. Sometimes that is. Trust me, and I understand that, Kat. I understand that because I have a shelf full of items that I need to take pictures of. I also need to price things to take to my antique booth. I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, you go on and on and on about how you don't go into booths if nothing changes, and nothing's really changed in my booth since I did it for the summer. So I need to spend some time in there too. So yeah, half the battle is getting something listed. That is the truth. But I think though that I need to set a day where I'm going to spend however many hours taking pictures and getting things listed. Because I need to, because I got a lot. But that's kind of the beauty about going live. The beauty about going live is that you don't have to list anything. Now, if you are an Android user right now, you can't list things on the fly, but that will be changing hopefully sooner rather than later. But you could, even if you just took pictures of 5 things, you could have a 5 things Friday. So where you do a little bit of a chat, you have 5 things that are kind of maybe fresh new inventory, and have 5 things. I mean, that's, it can be as simple as that. You don't have to go live for an hour. You don't have to go live for 2 hours. You can go live for 30 minutes. It's a quick flip. No, not maybe quick new thing. There's not a day that starts with new. New Things Thursday, or Fresh Fridays, or I don't know, something like that. That's a good idea, Delane. That's a good idea. We need to make her tea towels Monday shop. Yeah, we need to have tea towels that say that. It does. Titillating Tuesdays. What kind of sale is that? It's 11 o'clock, Freddie. I will raid into you. Now listen. Okay. Caitlin, Emerald City Vintage is also having a sale at 11 o'clock, so I highly recommend that you pop into both. There are multiple sales going on today that are at the same time, which is fine. I say you have to get over people going live at the same time you are, because it's a good thing. Sorry, I know I'm shaking you all over. Now, if you're watching on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, you won't automatically go over to the sale with me. Okay. So if you want to join in on the fun, you got to come over to virtualantiquemarketplace.com. You don't have to download an app. We do accept PayPal. You don't have to buy anything. Just come and be part of the community. Jump in on the sales. There are going to be people that are going to be doing hauls. Y'all like hauls on YouTube. Come and watch a haul on Vamp. Fun Fridays. I like that, Lisa. Yeah. If you're watching this video later on, in the comments, give us some ideas for some themed days. I am working on a themed week, for a week-long theme day. But yeah, just leave some ideas, or tell us some things that you would like to see that a seller can do, just to kind of for you to get to know them, and for you to follow them, and just so I like getting the feedback. And if you are interested in being a seller on Vamp, fill out an application to sell. I'm going to cut off when I'm looking at new applications next week. So, because we do onboarding once a month, and we usually do it at the end of the month. And our onboarding is on the 29th of July for new sellers. Funky Fridays. I like that too. Then make sure that you're checking your inbox. Check your spam, just in case it went to spam. Everyone that I sent an invite to, I also sent it to your DM in Vamp. But I will be sending the Zoom link to your email. So make sure that because you're not going to be approved as a seller until you come to the onboarding. Oh, yay! Yay, Caitlin. Okay, good. What about someone who makes what's baby? Oh, beautiful jewelry. As long as it's vintage, everything on Vamp has to be at least 25 years old. And if it's an upcycled piece, then at least one component of that piece needs to be at least 25 years old. Even if it's just like the ribbon that's used or the lace that's used, at least one of the items needs to be at least 25 years old. All right. Thank you for hanging out with me this morning, friends. I'll be going live tomorrow at 9 a.m. So come and wake up with me, drink your coffee, eat your breakfast. My son's just left for work. And I'm going to go through this box. and we might sell a few items from our. Do you want to buy? You want to look in my box? You know I have to say something that's highly inappropriate, but hi, Jonathan Lansford. Thank you, Lisa. You guys have a good day too. Don't forget, all day long and up until nighttime, there's sales on virtualantiquemarketplace.com. So come on in, have a seat, shop, chat, just be there to support the sellers that are maybe a little nervous. Come on in and show them some love. And we do appreciate you guys coming in. All right, I'm gonna raid into Freddie. Well, Sharon, Fatbird Finds. No! Freddie's Finds. Oh my gosh. And we will see. I'm gonna be watching all day too, but I'm getting ready to crawl into my shipping hole and get my shipping done. It's a vamping day. I love that, Karen. All right, we're gonna go over to Freddie's. Thank you guys for watching.